Hello YouTube, this is going to be a video on my other hobbies. So, as you all know, my main hobby is cubing, cube modding, blindfold cubing, puzzle design. But I actually have quite a few other hobbies which I will go into, and I'm basically going to go through them one by one, and also my experiences with them, kind of stories and stuff. I'll put timestamps in the description to parts of the video where I basically explain each one. So yeah, let's start first hobby. Alright, so this is the first hobby I'm going to show. This is rockets and rocket making. So right here is probably my finest accomplishment. It's kind of set for a while, so it has a little break here which I need to fix, but this is basically a rocket I designed from scratch. And yeah, this kind of looks all tangled up here, but basically it was designed to hold one of these, which is a rocket engine I designed. And as you can see, there's been a little bit of cracking on the hydraulic cement. Hydraulic cement is for heat proofing basically, and then just drilled holes, just concrete filled in. Very basic design, and it was designed to hold basically just little core, like little circles, like pucks of rocket fuel, which would go in, and then at the end you'd have an orange juice cap, which just happened to fit perfectly on here, and that would have a string which was embedded in rocket candy, which would attach to this cook, which would be attached to these bungees right here. And yeah, the whole thing just would be set to it would be all, as you can imagine here, kind of hard to explain, but bunched in here, and then when the cord got burnt basically by the rocket fuel, would shoot out, and then the parachute would deploy, and good times would be had by all. It was an interesting design concept. If I can fix this, maybe one day it'll actually fly. Sorry, it's hard to get the whole thing in view here. It's almost a meter long, and this rocket was hopefully will one day fly as well. It just basically, I pursued the whole rocket candy thing. I got the potassium nitrate, I got sugar, and I was like, oh hell yeah. So I went up to my mom and I was like, hey mom, can I use the stove to cook rocket fuel? And she's just like, nope, as if. So yeah, I just basically got all the ingredients to make this thing fly lying around. I just need to get a stove or something. So yeah, other things. This crude looking rocket here actually flew. Nose cone used to be this nose cone, kind of switch around. I just used the standard store-bought rocket engines, and you know, that was fun, basic. I created a trigger system using a car battery. Also concepts of kind of a thing that would attach here through a pin, and then somehow using same engine, kind of basically these two would fit together, and the pin would be attached here, it would fly off, and then these would fly off. So, you know, more complicated concepts here. And here is another engine that I made. It's again not armed, but it has no fuel in it, and this is a K450, so this is a behemoth of a rocket. It's bigger than this entire one, as you can see here, and this was just for fun. 20 bucks worth of material, not bad. Just plumbing parts, very solid. Just I have no means of launching a rocket with this much power behind it. This would go 5,000 feet easily, and carry a heavy PVC rocket. Sorry for background noise. Yeah, my sister's crying. And also, here's half of Just gonna wait for that to end. Alright, sorry about that. My little sister just got up from a nap. She was grumpy. Anyways, here's another rocket which I actually did in technology class, which is arguably my favorite class ever. And it was kind of interesting in that class. We were told to make rockets. This is only half the rocket. There was another section here. I'll quickly go grab it. So yeah, they connected together. There was no parachute. This was designed to just fall down to the ground, but it broke after a while. And yeah, so technology class was where I made this, and the school provided all the materials and stuff. And I actually wound up scoring 100% in that class, which was the best in the school. So I got like a little medal at the end of the year, which I had to attend the award ceremony, which sucked, but whatever. And yeah, I got 100%, and that class really reflects what I love doing, which is like, I had to design this rocket, and then create it, and then if I found that reality would not let something happen, or I'd need to change it up, go back and change the design, create hypothesis, stuff like that. I absolutely love doing that kind of stuff, and 100% in that class reflected it, so that's kind of, yeah, this is one of my favorite places where I excel, kind of rocketry and stuff. There was also wiring circuits and circuit problems and stuff, but yeah. So that is rocketry. There's a couple other rockets that have launched that aren't here, that just, I can't find them or something. I think one store-bought, so yeah. And yeah, that's about it for rockets. Alright, so this next hobby, don't make the camera that high. This next hobby is arguably more time-consuming than puzzle modding, but it's kind of hard to say here. So this is Matchitecture, which is basically using matchsticks to build complex 3D objects. So this is the Eiffel Tower, and as you can see, it's not finished. My parents have this nice habit of, like, I have another set, which it's not here, and it's also not done. And I started it, and I was all motivated, and then I come back one day from school, and it's all gone. And my dad had thrown it in the garbage because he thought it was garbage, so that was pretty unmotivating. And then I wound up going back and building most of it, and it takes so much motivation, so much time to do this. So this is like half of the Eiffel Tower, and my mom also broke off the top of it, which I now can't find, which was like this high. So this is kind of a nicer, a lot of angles. All these have to be cut and then glued, and then you gotta wait for the glue to dry, which is just a very time-consuming, very accurate, tedious task. Here's some other, you can see here this panel is not finished. Only has this one cross support. This is a finished panel. So this is a pretty good thing to do while you're like watching a movie or something. Here's a more basic panel. Just a square, which these would fit onto. Like, it's a big model. It's way bigger than like it's twice as high as this. So that's kind of the actual following a set. There's like sets you can get. Here is kind of my own freestyle thing. So we got this, and this used to be a complete circle, but I dropped it, and it used to go to a point. This is kind of just a, I don't know, just kind of random, sort of going freestyle kind of thing here, just working with different angles, working with different designs. Got like a cross with a crescent moon behind here, which was very difficult to do with all the little angles. And here's my favorite work, which is I'll get this stuff away here. It's a circle with just tons of tiny, tedious little angles. So I just kind of started and just built this masterpiece of just hundreds and hundreds of little pieces. And there's actually 13 of these triangles going around, and there's 13 pieces in each one of these 13 patterns. So it's the 13 by 13 circle, the unlucky circle going on here, which actually used to sit inside of this square, and when it fell, it broke out. And basically this was considering making, well, this was going to be part of a very large cathedral or something. And yeah, I really like the architecture of churches and stuff, even though I'm extremely unreligious. I like the Gothic church style, so I was kind of trying to just throw my own style into it, kind of. This would be a gigantic window. Very kind of artistic stuff, and also very time consuming. All these little pieces need to be cut, and there is hundreds of them, and it's tedious and accurate. So that is just a giant circle. That's kind of the majority of what I've done in Matchitecture, and it was invented by some guy in Quebec, and that's what he does. And he has this crazy cathedral made out of matchsticks. I'll leave a link in the description. That'll be the first link in the description, and that is to a video which showcases some professional Matchitecture stuff going on here, and he has the most stunning cathedral, like super Gothic architecture. It's like the greatest thing to me ever. I don't think too many people would say that, but my God, it is just the coolest thing I've ever seen. The video actually, like, that I'm going to show, it only has like one comment, and it was on my other channel, like, that I commented over a year ago, and it's just cool, because I didn't know what to say. So yeah, I'll leave a link in the description to that. I highly recommend checking it out. It's kind of like, I'm not sure exactly what that video was supposed to be. It has this like random weird song that I don't understand, but yeah, check that out. It's kind of like this, except this wheel looks extremely basic compared to what he did, and he's way better at it. So that's that. That's Matchitecture. Don't really have too much else to say about that. That's that hobby. Alright, my next hobby you guys have actually seen on this channel before in one video, which was card stacks, unofficial world record. I'm sure many of you realize that is just a twist on cup stacks, which you go cycle, speed stacks. That's not actually a thing, though it's probably the fastest a cycle like that has ever been done. And yeah, I got stickers in here, but this is the box of cards. I have tons and tons of cards here. I'll just show some. And yeah, my grandma threw a bunch of cubing stuff in there for some reason. She likes to go through my room. So anyways, yeah, you just take cards and you build things out of it. Kind of like this. Very basic cycle. It supports itself. You just slap some other cards on there, like kind of lazily here. Boom! You got another floor, and then you can keep building using the same cell design, which can be expanded. So if we expand it here, it can be more than just this little cell. It can also expand and be multi-cell filler, I guess you could say. So then that. And as you can see, there's kind of a pattern emerging. So it's something like that. And you can make huge card towers out of that. Like, I hate to sound exaggerating this, but, or exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating, believe me. I have built card towers which have been limited by the ceiling. Yup. That ceiling. Like, some big ass card towers. So I'll leave a link into the description to my old channel. I started this back in 2010, so way before this channel. And it's a little channel. Like, it has nowhere near the subscribers of this one. It has like 10 subscribers and 10,000 views, so it's nothing compared to this. And it has a lot of the card towers that I built, and the destruction of them in videos of that. So if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description. There's also very terrible cubing videos that were like the very first videos on that channel, and there's also time lapses of me doing Matchitecture on that channel. So that channel also shows a bit of my other hobbies, which is just mainly card stacking and stuff like that. So yeah, I got lots of videos on that. I can't really show too much, kind of don't have time to make a gigantic card tower, which takes like 5 hours to make. And these cards are just terrible. My little sister, while I was babysitting her, she started stomping with this open, like this, into the bucket and like turning them up, bending the crap out of them, like very, like if you're a card stacker, and there's not too many card stackers, but extremely particular about your cards. The nice thing is you use the cheapest cards possible, so they're not very slick. They don't slide past each other very well. It's a more papery than, say, a nice card. I don't really have any nice cards here, and these are like the best you could use, and I can't find them again. Like, they're super cheap. I'd love to get a gigantic box of them like this, except not bent up, and just build all day long, because I love doing that. But the store that I got these from does not sell them anymore, so I'm screwed. And I don't want to order them online because I don't know where to get them, so yada yada yada. That's card stacking for you. It's probably my second biggest hobby as to cubing. So yeah, second link in the description will be to that channel, which is yeah, basically card stacking and such. I don't upload too much to it, actually. I haven't uploaded to it in like a year. And sometimes I like upload school projects and stuff, which I like later lock so people can't see them. So that's kind of that channel. So yeah, if you guys want to see a bit more of my other content, again, keep in mind I was very young when I made these videos. It was quite a few years ago, so I don't sound the same, and I made pretty crappy videos, to be honest. So, yep, that's card stacking, which is another big hobby of mine, but just not recently.